We are extremely excited to launch our 6th annual sustainability report. And this year we have followed a slightly different approach by embedding videos throughout our report. These videos illustrate our commitment towards the Sustainable Development Goals. The reporting environment is becoming exceedingly complex, with new standards being issued regularly. At Ivanhoe, we aspire to conform to world's best practice, even being a little bit of a trendsetter, but keeping the human touch. At Ivanhoe Mines, we are firm believers in shared value. At our Kamoa-Kakula project, we have the DRC government as a 20% stakeholder. We also have in excess of 97% local employees. These employees are mostly people from our local communities that we have trained in our world-class training center. At Platreef, we have our local host communities as our partners through our Black Economic Empowerment deal. And at Kipushi, Gécamines is our partner with a 32% stake that will be adjusted to 38% in the near future. When you think of a discovery like Kamoa-Kakula, it has a multi-generational impact. Let's go to a micro level. To date, we have paid in excess of $250 million in payroll. Every person that we pay a salary to go home to a household. That household then has an income. We have spent in excess of $40 million in our host communities, building schools, building clinics, giving people access to education and health, basic needs. We have spent in excess of $500 million on royalties and taxes and contributed close to 4% of the national GDP of the Democratic Republic of Congo. All of this only after a year and a half of operations.
But it can only be a real success, the project we're developing, if we can also, with the project, improve the well-being of the people that are part of the project. And that's why it's important to, as a first step, to have a real awareness of the human rights impact that our project and our investment can have around us. So that awareness has existed from the outset. It's really entrenched in Ivanhoe Mines' DNA. But it is important to go beyond the mere awareness and to team up with experts such as Synergy Global that have helped us in mapping the human rights risks that are created or that are enhanced through the operations that we have on the ground. Not only help us in mapping them, but also help us identify how we can mitigate and address those issues going forward. And obviously goes along a very broad range of topics, from gender equality and fights against gender-based violence, to the wages that are paid by subcontractors, to the different projects that we are running, through our engagements with private and public security forces that are involved in our concession on the ground.
In developing our scorecard for 2023, we have allocated a 15% weighing towards our ESG initiatives. And one of our key areas of focus will be the development of our decarbonisation roadmap. We are already blessed in the DRC, with it being driven by hydropower. But we will be working on our Scope 3 emissions with the availability of rail instead of trucking. At Platreef, we have already embarked on a solar solution and introduced electric fleet in our underground workings. When I started at Ivanhoe Mines, now almost 17 years ago, we were a junior exploration company. Today, we're well on our way to become a major mining company, mining the critical metals the world so desperately needs towards decarbonisation. None of this would have been possible without people. Our employees who work hard every day to achieve the objectives set for them. Our host governments supporting us in our endeavours to develop these world-class assets. And our communities who welcome us with open arms on their land. We must still mine, but when we mine with a greater purpose.